So I'm going to say it as it is. If you've recently sold ADA, plan on selling ADA whilst the market is like it is today, then you are weak. You don't deserve the gains that are heading ADA holders' way this bull market. If you agree, hit the like button, comment your thoughts down below. But look, today's video is all about reasons to be bullish on Cardano ADA. We're going to start with Charles Hoskinson telling you about his views on Cardano ADA compared to the competition.
Cardano's entire blockchain has been running for 7 years. We're only 186 gigabytes. Bitcoin is about 640 gigabytes. It's been running for 15 years. So we grow, even though we're a smart contract system, at a pretty low rate. Solana's at 300 terabytes. They grow by terabytes every month, I should say. So the challenge there is like, who runs that? You can't. It costs like $25,000 a month to run a node. So it's a lot harder to say, can we get high performance, but preserve decentralization? And that's the approach that we've been following. So you had to start from first principles and say extended UTXO, and then good layer 2 stuff like Hydra, which gives us a state channel solution. And then we have a scaling protocol called 𝗲𝗄s that we're finishing up right now in the prototype phase. And as that rolls out, then we can finally actually get to what's called a 1-delta protocol. And that's when you see the kind of the hockey stick in terms of performance, because you can have asynchronous block production. So you have these input blocks that are kind of like the big meaty things. And then in the time between it, you allow almost like a DAG, people to generate their own blocks, and they get pushed back together on the next input block. So you get asynchronous computation and block production, and that's where you get really high TPS. It's actually doubled because you have high block production, but then every transaction can have lots of stuff happen inside of it. So one transaction can be like 400 or 500 events.
So there you have it. Charles Hoskinson basically informing everyone that Cardano is going to leave Solana and the competition in the dust. Fundamentally, Cardano is immense and is well positioned to be, right up there, and has the ability to extract liquidity from Bitcoin and also be able to authorize transactions through the Cardano ecosystem for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin transactions on the Cardano ecosystem is going to be huge. But look, I'm not the only one saying that you would be foolish to be selling your Cardano ADA right now. And this is, look, another chart here. This is from a technical viewpoint. You've got Cardano's price chugging away in this wedge, and ultimately everybody believes that the price is going to be going much, much higher. Now, we don't go up in straight lines, we don't go down in straight lines. Like, we need to be, I guess, realistic. The market is illiquid at the moment, but we are going to be having QE, and ultimately the market dynamics are going to be shifting to more risk on assets, and we're going to see price appreciation. I really do believe that, and come the end of the year, there's immense gains on the table. It's in the technicals, and look, you just have to really consider the fundamentals, right? You've got the potential for a grayscale Cardano ADA spot ETF. It's been filed, it's been acknowledged now. There's a lot of reason to be bullish. You've got the regulation aspect of things, deregulation out of the US. We've seen the SEC drop numerous lawsuits against different crypto projects, whether that's Coinbase, whether that's Binance, whether that's all of them. Like, we've seen so many dropped recently. It's huge, and ultimately it's really positive for the crypto space. So the technicals line up, the fundamentals line up. Look, there's a lot of people talking about the fact that we should be expecting a really, really high price for Cardano. Some people are talking about $10, some people are talking about $15. But one thing that I feel very confident on is Cardano will exceed its previous all-time high. And it's funny because if you go back to what a lot of influencers were saying, at the start of this, bull run, they, before, going into 2025, they were saying that these dino coins that they, were referring to, your Cardano, your XRP, your XLM, your 𝗕𝗓𝗪, your Algorand, these old projects, from previous cycles, they were not going to perform. They're actually performing better than many have, anticipated. And ultimately, I think we're at this phase where it's the end of meme coins. They've been a plague on the industry. They have, been very, very challenging for the market. And, let's be honest, they've been extracting what little liquidity has been in the market. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. Share this video. We really do appreciate, and subscribe and follow if you haven't already. But let's have a look at the market. It's up 0.23% at the time of recording. The total market cap of crypto globally still below $3 trillion at $2.93 trillion. I do expect this to exceed 10 trillion this bull market. Bitcoin at 88,702, down 0.67% today, but 7.28% down in the last 7 days. If we have a look at Cardano in ninth here, it's down 10.81% at the time of recording for the last 7 days, but up 3.20% in the past 24 hours. It's at 68 cent 14, and I think that is an absolute bargain. If we actually have a look at some of the data when it comes to Cardano ADA, the circulating supply is in a really good spot. When you consider how much of the actual supply, total supply there is. If we come to the data here, 45 billion ADA is the max supply. And when you consider, if I can find it on here, you consider we're at 35 billion circulating, that gives you, a pretty good understanding of where, the price can go. And it is deflationary. We want to kind of highlight that. But we've got 1.18 billion USD 24-hour trading volume. It's pretty good, pretty healthy. If we actually go here, we can see lots of people talking about Cardano's upgrade. It could push the Cardano ADA price to $6. Again, they're talking about, these nonsense coins. A lot of people set up these projects and they try to utilize big projects, brands, reputation to try to, get people to invest in them by misleading you that loads of people are investing in these, shit coins and stuff like that. Isn't really the case. But, you've got governance now, you've got the scaling solutions. Cardano is going to have access to Bitcoin's liquidity, over $2 trillion worth of liquidity accessible to Cardano. The DeFi layer of Bitcoin in the future would be immense. So there's a lot of really exciting things coming for, Cardano. So we've got to be, keeping an eye on it. We really do. Cardano ADA faces critical resistance with 50% correction risk ahead. You are going to get these sorts of headlines. I think you have to take them with a pinch of salt. Cardano's price has fallen to break above the upper trend line of the descending triangle. Trading activity around ADA has decreased, hindering a return to bullish phase. It's not really true. It's not actually, the trading volume hasn't significantly dropped. ADA's price has broken below the 70 cent support and risks falling to October lows. Look, I think that, we're pretty much down near the bottom. I would be surprised to see, these prices drop further, but, it isn't an impossibility, right? It could happen. I just personally, went into this week, all cards on the table saying that I was expecting a green week this week. I kind of felt like, we were at max pain. We're beyond max pain now. From a market dynamic, and ultimately I think that we're as close to the bottom as we've ever been. But you can let me know, do you agree, do you disagree? Are we now in a bear market and it's going to be years before we get higher prices? I'm really interested to get your views and opinions, so do let me know. We got Cardano ADA falls nearly 10% as trading volume reaches $1.4 billion. So again, just really interesting stuff. Just talking about how the market responds to these sorts of things. We got new record set for paper hands. Cardano founder reacts to the market sell-off. Charles Hoskinson breaks silence on market sell-off, slams paper hands investors. So we've got here what extraordinary to me is that we have all the fundamentals of a giga bull run for the market, but somehow the industry has set a new record for paper hands. It's almost like the 5-year-old throwing a temper tantrum in a supermarket floor. So look, I find this hilarious because it's so accurate, right? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below. And if you agree, hit the like button and, you know, put some fire emojis in the comments as well if you agree, right? Like, I just think it's so clear. You look at deregulation, you look at what's happening with the SEC, you look how bullish the administration is in the US for crypto, and you look at the market and like they don't go hand in hand. Like, these dips are for me for buying. Like, if I buy the dip and it dips lower, I'm buying the dip again. Like, for me, the fundamentals always outweigh the emotions, and ultimately I just can't see how we don't go into a giga bull run. Like, I just can't. I think that this is going to be the biggest bull run in history, and we've seen these pullbacks throughout histories of bull runs. So, you know, these people that, you know, come on TikTok, come on YouTube, and they, you know, these influencers, and they're saying, look, I've told you it was going to go down. I sold off all my, you know, crypto. Like, they don't know any more than the people they're calling out. Ultimately, nobody really has a crystal ball. Nobody really knows what's going on with the markets, you know, but you can have educated, you know, guesses, and that is basically what everybody is doing. So yeah, look, you know, do you agree? Are we in a giga bull run, or are we going into a bear market? Really interested to get your views and opinions. Cardano ADA ETF approval odds surge in the US after the key development details. Despite the positive news, ADA price has collapsed by double digits in the last 24 hours. Cardano has seen the SEC acknowledge Grayscale's application to introduce a spot Cardano ADA ETF in America. The asset manager also seeks to convert its XRP trust into an ETF, with similar filings pushing the approval odds to 74% before the end of 2025. So look, there's so much, you know, bullish news. The price doesn't, you know, reflect that. It looks to me like a buyer's market. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Do give us a follow if you're watching on Twitter, retweet it, like it. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, and you know, let us know in the, you know, the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are. Are you you know, in agreement with me, in disagreement with me? It's completely fine. Really interested to get your views and opinions, and smash that like button, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.